What's up, guys? It's WMMA here with an event recap of UFC Fight Night Emmett versus Lerone Murphy, bruv. And let's get right into it, cause, dude, this was a shit card. So let's end this early, so I can cry myself to sleep. So this fight starts off pretty damn slow. Who cared though, right? I mean, round one, Josh Emmett fight. Don't need to pick up the pace. This man carries his power. I was wondering why the hell he carried his power so well. Look how he's built. He looks like he's smuggling a scuba tank into the octagon every time. But we go into round one. I thought Murphy originally won it, but it's because I'm a crybaby who needs my pick to be right. In hindsight, Emmett definitely won the round. I mean, super close on strikes. Not one more takedown. It didn't do anything with it. But I think he landed the more powerful shots when Murphy backed up, big cracking hooks. Also, it was hard to catch the elbows Murphy was landing live other than hearing them. So for the judges, it might have been hard to see. Also, head clash causes a pretty bad cut. Shocked it didn't open for the rest of the fight. I mean, we're not aiming punches to the top of the head. But head clash, unfortunate, and it gets the bad end of it, but still wins the round somehow. Round two happens. And I thought Murphy won. I didn't think it was 26-3 total strikes kind of winning. So Emmett starts the round, picks him up like a fucking billboard sign, spinning around like he's doing a little ballet dance, and slams him hard. And I was like, God damn, momentum's changed. Emmett's going to pick this thing up now. Doesn't. Thank God I picked Murphy. Doesn't at all. And you look at the significant strike still, 13-2. Not even close. But that's like 6 times more strikes he landed. But Lerone Murphy clearly just out damages him this round. Right? And we're going to go through this fight probably pretty quick. Probably a lot of these fights pretty quick because goddamn. But 7-33 total strikes this round. Again, Murphy outdoing him. One of the judges gave this round to Emmett. Look at the stats. Possibly bleach your eyes because what is the judge doing? Look, just open them for the love of God. Murphy clearly takes this round again. Not much happening in this round. I mean, is this the round of the... I don't know if it was this round or round 4 with the eye poke. We'll talk about round 4 then the eye poke, but round 4 happens. This round is slightly more arguable, but still no. 22-13 is significant. 26-13 in total. Most of Josh Emmett's strikes will be significant in this fight because on the ground he wasn't doing much other than a bit of the fifth round. Fifth round comes. One of the judges gave this to to Josh Emmett. Now, if I said bleach your eyes earlier, don't. This is the round to do it to. Lerone Murphy is clearly outstriking him. Now, Emmett may have had you fooled by, pointing at the ground? Shocker. Wow, that totally wins you rounds, right? But he's just pushing forward and gets cracked with this massive straight at the end of the round. Probably the only thing of significance you will take out of this round other than little pot-shotting body kicks from Lerone Murphy. But, yeah, that round given to him. So, in this fight, Lerone Murphy was just foul maxing. Right? Headbutt, of course, not intentional. Okay, to be fair. But this entire fight, he is standing like this, fingers out. And it looked like he went from eye poke, missed it, but then grazed Josh Emmett's eyes in either round 3 or 4. Josh Emmett, quick recovery from it, but he's doing it for the rest of the fight. And then I think it was at the end of the round, end of round 4, just fucking elbows him right in the back of the head and cuts open. So it's like, oh, where did it hit? Maybe where the big old red X is in the back of his head. Again, another stern warning. I mean, can we just start calling this soon? If Murphy's fighting like this the entire fight, it's clearly a weapon that he's using to keep Josh Emmett back. But Lerone Murphy clearly wins. I had it 4-1, but 3-2 I think is maybe fine to call too. But I thought it was pretty obvious 4-1. But Lerone Murphy just proves he's better by keeping it even in the longer combinations. Still, Josh Emmett is always going to outdo you with power, but keeping it even in those exchanges allowed room for Lerone Murphy to just pot shot him. And it started with leg kicks, but kept up with body kicks, whether that be spinning, teeps, regular roundhouse kicks to the body. Right, just keeping it up. Kept flicking this really slow head kick at Josh Emmett that was never doing anything. But a big game changer was those knee stomps, especially that double knee stomp, I think, in round 3. It looked like it was just pissing Josh Emmett off in the round 5. Kept knee stomping, pointing at the ground. Not doing enough, though. Thank God Josh Emmett took a year and a half off to really focus on his power, because that's what the focus needed to be on, right? Josh Emmett's power. course, I'm being an absolute dickhead, but Lerone Murphy looked better. Can't say he looked outstanding. I'm not saying even better than his past fights, but he looked not undamageable, but like never putting himself in that risky spot. He just looked clean, better, defensively sound, but not like he's called himself a top 3 name. Maybe an Ortega, maybe a year Pitbull loss, maybe an Arnold Allen gig, like nothing significant. Maybe even fight down in the rankings, buddy. Womp womp. Next fight. I'm going to gouge my eyes out. This fight wasn't good at all. I wrote a lot about it, though. So, at the end of round 1, before Sabatini... So, you see the strikes, and you might be a shocked fool that this might be slightly entertaining. So, at the end of round 1, there were barely, if any, strikes landed. And Bisping, he said he dominated him. And then, it's just like, what? We're redefining dominated, okay? Because we've seen dominant rounds, and then Sabatini, for the majority of this fight, laid on him. He had this crazy combo he'd go for, where he held his hand about a centimeter away from his ribs and would tap it like that. Like, knock, knock, knock. So, did absolutely 0 damage, just stat farmed. He went for a bit of a blitz of strikes at the end of round 1 to really cement it, but, I mean, he already won it anyways, did nothing. Round 2, more of the same. Picked up the rabbit punches a little more. But he at the start of round 2, he just instantly takedown, failed it, takedown, failed it, got it. Just spammed it over and over. And I think at the start of the round, Bisping said, look, listen. And it was like, look here, look, listen. You have Wings of Redemption. You could tell how boring this fight is, that's what I'm pulling out of this. Sorry, when I said pull, clicked in my head, dude. Round 3. Joanderson Brito was picking up the striking, looking a tiny bit better. Dude pulls a guillotine instantly. Then Pat Sabatini gets on top of him. Probably threatens a Von flu like he's been doing the entire fight. And honestly, in going to round 3, the rounds are probably 1-1. Sabatini outdid him in round 1. But Joanderson Brito made sure to do nothing, and Pat Sabatini skinned his knees. So maybe give round 2 to Joanderson Brito. Of course, I'm just completely making stuff up. This fight was horrible. And in round 3, Pat Sabatini picked it up in the last minute. And here's my problem. He picked up the striking, threatened some submissions and a back take. A lot more solid ground and pound. And he kept his position. Now, you couldn't have done this a little sooner. I thought you weren't doing this out of fear of losing position. But apparently not. It was easy enough for you to control, to dominate. And I even just said dominate. But I swear barely anything happened. Not impressive at all. Moved himself up. Nothing. Gets him closer to a Sean Woodson Ige loser, I guess. Sorry, I'm just looking at them just disappointed. Making sure they get how I feel. But solid decision for Pat Sabatini. Now, this fight was actually sick. Super high paced. I feel bad for Cortavious Romious because I have just been shitting on him. But insane pace to pick up. And I was saying before this, Romious, insanely athletic, but a bit of the downside is this insane pace I do not see benefiting him. Now, I didn't realize Kang Ho Lee had some athletic game to him too, because goddamn, we'll get to how the fight went down. But both of them looked amazing. When they would strike, so at the start of round 1 and at the start of the round 2, they would just super quick hooks, throwing down to set up the takedown. And Lee, about I would say 70% of the time, was clearly in control of the ground game and dominating on the ground, especially in round 2. But Cortavious was still a good dog in this fight. The reversals were sick. I mean, amazing performance from both of them. Round 1, I'll put on the stats for round 1. See, now, you see it, and it looked completely dominant, and it kind of was, but it kind of was obvious that Kang Ho Lee won. But it's just Cortavious still fought the round really solid and looked like he could pull ahead. But the last minute and a half showed clear, Kang Ho Lee's, this is his round, right? Round 2 happens, and it's feeling a bit of the same with the reversals. You see 1 to 3, and I'll say why. Because after 2 minutes of this round, so around 2 minutes in this round, you could really feel Kang Lee like, okay, I'm in control. And he's just buttering past every position he needed to, sliding from this to that, not letting any of Cortavious' big explosive movements work. The ground and pound was too much. Cortavious couldn't move. Shot after shot after shot after shot. It was over. Cortavious didn't go out, but it was hook, hook, hook. And I swear, there's some ground and pound finish where it's like, okay, he's just punching the arms, though. This one, every shot looked like it was getting through. He's picking the perfect elbows. And he is being called the Korean Khabib. Take that nickname, dude. You look sick. And now he wants to be called the Korean Marab. Down with that, too, I guess. But, yeah, Kang Lee looked outstanding. Good for him. Brad Tavares. Thank God. I knew this. I picked this perfectly. Sure, Gerald Meerschaert maybe squatted out that third round and blobbed around, hugged him real tight. Round 1 and 2. Brad Tavares, masterclass. Round 1. Let's go round by round again. Just piecing him up. I didn't realize the strikes were this close, but the more significant strikes were just to Tavares. It felt like they were going straight for straight. And every Meerschaert successful moment can be ground down to this one thing of, I want to go for a takedown now. I'm going to do a blitzing Vitor Belfort style push forward till you're up against the fence, shoot a takedown. So it felt like every single successful striking moment from Meerschaert was off that. Well, Brad Tavares had plenty of different tools he could go to. Teep to the body, round to the body, straight to the head, jab to the head, leg kick. Okay, maybe it wasn't that deep of a tool bag, but he was piecing him up. And in the second, I was like, damn, Tavares is going to finish him. For that last minute and a half, it felt Tavares had Meerschaert hurt. And I was like, damn, he had him hurt to the body. Then I was thinking like, okay, maybe not. Maybe to the head, maybe he was hurt. It just looked like Meerschaert was hurt. Then it might be his dopey look, where he just constantly looks like he's uncomfortable and about to let off a big old stinky fart. But Tavares was just looking like he's about to finish in the second. Couldn't. And then round 3 happens, and Meerschaert just out-smudges it, kind of. Not much happens. A lot of little pit-pop shots, little side. Most of it just came down to grip close and a back take against the fence. No actual takedown. Because, of course, Brad Tavares is the GOAT of takedown defense. But, I mean, solid fight Tavares. This was more of a gatekeeper showdown. They don't really progress much from this matchup. But it's good to see the two old heads putting on a nice old rootin' tootin' performance for everyone to... And, of course, the rootin' tootin' performance of all rootin' tootin' performance had to take place in the Apex, as it should. But, yeah, solid win from Tavares. Keep on that win streak. Ode, I'm so happy with my underdog picks on this card. Oh, I knew it, dude. So, round 1 starts. And Ode is picking him at range a bit. But it was like, damn, this is not as much as I thought he would. And he said in the post-fight, he wasn't comfortable with his weight cut. His weight cut, he felt shit on. Yeah, he was just getting... Excuse me. I felt like he was getting a bit outdone. Not outdone, but matched. He shouldn't be able to be matched, is my point. He had a 9-inch reach advantage. Right? And the second Gurule walked out, and they were like, oh, wrestler from Colorado. It's like, uh-oh. Ode Osbourne's going to die again. Same fate. Submitted. But then round 2 starts. And I'm like, damn, this is a new Ode. He started reading that takedown. He stuffed it a few times. His jab was starting to pick up. He's like, okay, he's getting behind this. And you could see it in the slow-mo replay. He looked angry. He's like, Urgh. Oh, he was loading up on that straight. Not loading up in the fact that, in the sense that it made it slow. Holy Tito Ortiz on this fight especially, but he loaded up in the sense it was like, oh, he knew that shot was there. He's committed. It's a perfect shot, and he's just watching it happen beautifully. Perfect speed, perfect amount of power behind it. Lewis drops, and it looked like it could be over because he fell pretty damn hard. Ode Osbourne trying to be nice, saying he's waiting to see if he was dead first or not. Didn't want to re-wake him up like the Ronaldo Rodriguez, which is straight cope. Keep coping. You lost to an absolute bum. But anyways, goes up, finishes the fight like he needed to because Gurule wasn't fully out. Great win from Osbourne. Sign yourself up, buddy. Get another contender that's going to whoop you around. Build another guy's highlight reel. You're sticking around. And Ode Osbourne with this flyweight power, I mean, you could keep it up. You could be highlight reel or You can make a highlight reel or be someone else's highlight reel, but seems pretty entertaining when O'Day Osbourne's in there. So good job, O'Day Osbourne. I don't know really what the next move is for you because Flyweight's pretty shallow. There's not much room in it. Maybe someone debuting, sadly, again. But great performance. Speaking of great performances, Torrez Finney, you were supposed to walk through Robert Valentin. We'll get to the scorecards at the end of this. Split decision, though. I honestly don't know how I'm going to milk this past a minute. But round 1 happens. You see the strikes. You see the significant strikes. Dude, Torrez Finney stuck his head right between his legs. Picked him up, slammed him. Picked him up, slammed him. Couple little pot shots here from Robert Valentin. But it's just pick up, go down. Pick up, go down. Nothing significant. So, if Torrez Finney was landing these regular double legs, he was a couple of them, but most of them felt like somewhat impactful big movements, big slams. Sure, I think he banks the round just off having impactful takedowns, enough control time, and the other guy not doing much. But I swear, if Robert Valentin, before one of the takedowns, just sat down on a bit, I know I'm in what-if city right now, but if he just sat down on a big old elbow, cut him big, this is his round. Literally nothing happened. Round 2, it is more of the same, just less impactful takedowns. So you're thinking, by my same logic, should Robert Valentin win this? No, because look at the significant strikes. Torrez Finney finally landed a single strike of significance, outstruck him in the significant strikes, and the total strikes landed a couple rabbit punches to keep himself in this. So round 2, he barely scrapes by again. Then round 3 happens. Now, 65 strikes to 1. Now, a lot of the strikes, it was just Torrez Finney pinning himself into Robert Valentin against the fence. And it looked like the reason I'm backing up, I'll show you. 0 attempt at actually finishing the takedown. It was just to be in that clinch. So Robert Valentin would lean over Torrez Finney, reach around his body in little pit-pat shots, club him to the head. Literally 0 effect. But Torrez Finney actually landed a single strike that round, not even a significant one. Landed a single strike and got outdone pretty clearly, losing the round. So, split decision. It should be pretty clearly 2-1 in favor of Torrez Finney, but I understand that the judge just, hey, only one guy is actually landing strikes. Now, they started flaming. Excuse me again. They started flaming the judge. I don't remember his name. They were like, 30-27, you're a boxer. What's his name? Oh, Brendan Fitzgerald, don't cry. It's going to be okay. You can have your baby bottle, okay? But let's get this straight. 99% of the times, a horrible scorecard is like that. But, it's whatever. A guy we kind of wanted to win one. You don't give a shit. You don't give a shit 99% of the times. Oh, Mr. Dana White Contender Series. Mr. We love him. Torrez Finney walks out and we see a fluky scorecard. Of course it's a horrible scorecard. But you can't be shocked like, how did this get here? No, what? No, it's like, dude, Torrez Finney landed, how many strikes in round 1? Landed 0 significant strikes. How are you at all shocked? Dude, I get round 2 is absolutely abysmal. But come on. Come on, bruh. Yeah, Torrez Finney barely scrapes by. Oh my god. But, dude, give him a step up. Let him get smoked by someone. He needs to learn. He's doing the same thing over and over and over again. No change. Could be the Gerald Meerschaert loser I heard suggestions of. Fuck it, even Brad Tavares at this point. Let's go into the prelims. So this fight, absolutely impossible to predict, I thought. Minus 1,000 favorite. So, when this fight started, dude, I went to Burger King. I couldn't give less of a shit. BK, have it your way. But I still watched it. I put it on rewind. I watched the full thing. Nothing happening on the feet. Little airstrikes. Jenny Barbosa trying to prove something. Proved nothing. Took her down, submitted her instantly, because, of course, Dione Belbiţă got submitted by Molly McCann. Is there much more we can say? No. Shout out Barbosa. I don't even know what weight class we're in. Flyweight. Dude, I don't know what we're doing. I don't even know who to give her a step. Name one unranked flyweight female fighter. Good, you can't. Moving on. Rhys McKee. Dude, I was sniping with these underdog picks. I really messed up on the Pat Sabatini pick, but I'm just the GOAT. So round one, round one starts, and I'm like, Rhys McKee, you're starting to piss me off, dude. Take this fight slow. We saw Daniel Frunza, like, kind of gassed, going for this crazy pace. So just keep it at range. Pick your little teeps to the body. Don't do something stupid. I am not wanting you to risk get caught or anything. English fighter have had a couple of rough few weeks. Oh my god, I can't speak. But I'm looking bad. Don't risk it. He starts risking it, and Daniel is countering him with these straights. It's the same punch every time. Missing his jab, he's keeping his rear hand down, and he's getting countered on the rear hand, and he's not raising it a single time. It's over and over and over. I'm like, what are you doing, Rhys McKee? You're trying to free, and drops him. It's like, oh my god. Gets back up, the striking tentacle, drops him again. Gets back, and I think he drops him. It says 3 times. I counted 4 personally. He was having him flop all over the place. And it looked like Frunza was still in the fight, even though he kept getting knocked down. Dude, his face was a mess. It looked horrible. And then, but within that last minute, last 30 seconds, Rhys McKee was fully tapped in. He was in that mode. He was dodging everything. He kept that one hand up and was slick on the other side, keeping that movement going. Daniel was just not in it. Goes to the corner, and you could hear his corner ask. I don't know if any of you caught it. His corner asked, do you want me to call it? And then the doctor came in like, what was that? You want to repeat that? And they're like, no, just talking. But they asked him, do you want me to call it? And they, as a corner, you shouldn't even they should have just called it. That many knockdowns, that much damage. Thank God the doctor did call it, because it didn't feel like Frunza had much of a horse in this race. I don't know if it was like, oh, I need to call him on the lip. I don't know if that was, I think just call it, dude. This guy looks like he's about to die. Save him from whatever you just witnessed. Even though significant strikes were equal, dude, that was nowhere near. We were about to get a 10-7, dude. But amazing win from Rhys McKee. Keeps himself in the UFC. Goes from 0-4 to now 1-4. That sounds bad, but hey, 1 fight win streak, dude. Don't even count those losses. Loma, Lookboonmee. This fight pissed me off. Dude, what were we doing? So, some weird stuff starts happening at the start of this fight. So they were going tit for tat, back and forth, and this fight ended up at the ground, I think, at the end of it. Istela Nunes controlling a bit, I guess, but, dude, Loma Lookboonmee poked her in the eye, and then Istela Nunes was like, oh. Then, like, 5 seconds later, it just clicked and, like, that was an eye poke. Time to milk it. They just started complaining about it. It's like, they don't want to call that sooner. She's 0-5 in the UFC, by the way. She was salty as hell. But Loma Lookboonmee, striking look amazing, starts wrestling. It's like, are you kidding me? Dude, makes this round so close in the grappling. And she keeps fighting for this clinch position where she's trying to get herself thrown. It is so painful to watch. Round 2 happens. Same thing. The striking back and forth. Clearly, it looks like Loma Lookboonmee did enough to win this round on striking. The grappling starts again. Picks up. The odds were pretty insane for how close this fight felt live. Round 3 happens, and the grappling's picking up, and it's starting to piss me off. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And the wrestling worked perfectly. She dominated the round through the grappling. Istela Nunes couldn't keep up the pace, even though this is women's strawweight. Istela Nunes, bye-bye. GFL signing, buddy. Loma Lookboonmee, please, for the love of God, just Muay Thai the hell out of everyone. You look outstanding on the feet. The wrestling, it's just the defense that needs work. I like the offense. It looks great. But that defense is so questionable, especially with your build. You look like you're ready to damn squat and lift up someone and slam them on their head. How are you struggling, dude? I know most of your career was spent in hundreds and hundreds of Thai fights. Come on, Loma Lookboonmee. Do it for me, bro. I'm supporting you. Do it for me. Fix that wrestling. Moving on. Oh my god, I was so right about that. We're in Bragg City. Bragg City, bitch. Victor Henry just pieced him up this entire fight. Round 1. Just outdoing him. 15-26. And that knockdown was perfect. Straight over the top. Right on the side of the head. Drops. I thought he was more hurt than he actually was. Gets some good ground and pound. Controls him. Now, the rest of this fight... Not the rest of this fight. Round 2 is still clearly Victor Henry's, it felt. Right? Took him down 3 times. Reversed 3 times. Secret strikes were even. Pisses me off that they were, because Victor Henry felt like he was doing so much more work. But yeah, he's just outdoing him. Not anything crazy of significance happening in that round, though. I mean, round 3 happens. Round 3 was pissing me off. So Victor Henry clearly won. Pedro Falcão looked absolutely exhausted. I don't blame him. Pretty insane pace. They kept scrambling, wrestling, scrambling, striking, right? Just kept keeping up. And Falcão, a lot of the shots were stinging him. They weren't probably that bad. It's just when you're so tired, the reaction to the shots looks so much worse, right? You're ding, and you're like falling back with them, even though they weren't that bad. But Pedro Falcão shoots a takedown on Victor Henry. Victor Henry goes for a crafty little foot sweep, right? Flings it off. Victor Henry, you just need space. Back up. No. Gages in a clinch, gets taken down, and gets into this clinch battle for the first 2 minutes of this fight. Or 2 minutes of this round, right? It's like, dude, just outpiece him. Stop risking the grappling for no reason. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Especially when you pick them. That's the only reason it's annoying. Moving on. Didn't pick this fight. Couldn't care less. The strikes make it look so much worse. Because you look at significant strikes and it's pretty close. And especially if you go round by round on significant strikes. So round 1 happens. Uran? Couldn't call him Uran. Fights Martin Buday. He's just had the cleaner, better shots. So it felt like Uran always started the round off amazing. He's just 1-2 spamming. If Martin Buday just knew how to place his controller and flicked his right stick to the left, he could just slip it. It's not that hard. You slip it, maybe throw a counter. He just didn't have... I guess he's just completely missing his movement button. Or maybe it's like his core physically can't move that much mass. I don't know. But Uran was just spamming 1-2s, landing the better shots. And this was just at-range shots versus a blob clinch shots. Buday having the exact same performance he's had his entire career. Outstandingly boring. Does it again in the second round. It felt like, I don't know, maybe Uran won one of the first 2. It was so uneventful. I truly can't remember. Took some notes on it. He was at a 60-pound weight advantage. So, round 2 happens, nothing much. The only thing of value of talking about round 3, Uran, this 1-2 that has been throwing the entire fight. Martin Buday has been able to pick up on the timing. He still gets rocked by it. And if this was Kennedy and Zechku, dude, he's KOing Martin Buday so easily. I'm so mad I didn't get another free pick on this. But Martin Buday out-marauders him, out-blobs him, pushes him against the fence, smothers him with his stomach. Uran, get a fight at light heavyweight, please. Amazing to debut, and sure, you could say Martin Buday maybe looked worse because he's fighting a guy who's debuting. It's not a fair comparison, but shout out Martin Buday. Fight McParkin, I guess. Hopefully McParkin KOs you. Anyways, Vanessa Demopoulos versus Talita Alencar. Truly nothing to say about this. All I have is that Alencar kind of just 30-22'd her, just smudged her, right? He would just push her over, get in north-south, and just sit on her head. Demopoulos would go for the exact same escape ever. So, imagine I'm talking about round 1, round 2, and round 3. I'm recapping all of them right now. She'd go for the same escape. She'd get the exact same counter. Talita Alencar also just grabbing the fence. There were quite a bit of fouls tonight. Not a single point. Lots of stern warnings, though. Whoa! Make sure they're extra stern. Yeah. But just stern warning him to hell. Amazing. Good job. Nothing much in this fight, though. Completely wrong about Talita Alencar. Maybe she can do something in the division, just wrestling. Better striking, improving, but not looking the best. Solid win for Talita Alencar. Now let me see how I did on this card. 0-1. Didn't pick the fight. 1-1. 2-1. 3-1. 4-1. 5-1. 6-1. 7-1. 8-1. 8-2. 9-2. I'm the king, bro. 9-2 picks. Let's go, dude. I think last week was 9-1 or 11-2, something like that. I'm just the GOAT. 10-2, I think. Just the GOAT. Insane on picks. Thanks for watching my recap video. Peace.